Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, what is it? The 16th of May. Friday the 16th of May. And it's been a lovely week weather-wise. It is El Scorchio out there, and it's pretty hot in here as well. Had a pretty busy week, just catching up with speakers. I know last week I put a number of videos out and I haven't this week, but I'm going to try and get this one out this week. So I'm going to tell you a bit of a story with all of this, because there's a bit of a journey to this, I think, and I don't think it's going to be particularly plain sailing either. So my lovely client in Saudi Arabia, Sami, contacted me quite a while ago and said that he would like a decent pair of B&W DM4s. A very well regarded speaker, using the Coles Super Tweeter Celestion's HF 1300, like you see in a BC1, but B&W's own Bextreme 8-inch woofer. And I said to him, I'm pretty sure I have a pair of them in my store that I bought a while ago. And I looked back through my records, because I keep note of all of this stuff, and I bought them, I can't remember the guy's name, bought them from a guy who bought a pair of speakers for me, and he was just after parts money for these, so I think I gave him 40 quid, something like that, knowing the cabinets were wreckers. Every cabinets are salvageable, but these are, if it was for me, then I'd probably do them. But doing it for a client, just the time and cost would be silly. So these cabinets came with, to my knowledge, working Coles Super Tweeters, working Celestion HF 1300s, 16-ohm version, a pair of crossovers inside, and two mismatched but working woofers. So here we have one of the later DM4 woofers, which has the black suspension, a bit more supple, that black suspension, but there's a lot of corrosion on the chassis, but it is only on the chassis. I have actually fully tested this driver and it's absolutely fine. The other DM4 had the earlier version of woofer, which has a white suspension, which is a lot tighter. Some say this is better in the mid-range, but doesn't carry the bass weight that that one does. Originally I had this one up for sale on eBay. I tested it, everything seemed to be okay, but I had to pull the auction because I tested it again and there's a bit of voice coil rub on it, so yeah, I don't think it's much good really. So I said to Sammy, look, I've got these cabinets, to refurbish them would just be, it's pointless really, they are too far gone. I mean, I'll show you around them, but I said, you know, I've got good tweeters, super tweeters, crossovers. So he began the hunt for a pair of cabinets, and he found a pair of cabinets, and in the photos on the eBay listing, I guess they look quite good, but I've had a quick look round them, and they need a bit of work, which I expected to sand and fill and then re-oil, but they need a bit more work than that. Anyway, I'm going to bring you in closer to have a look round these just for a laugh. Right, so as you can see, all of this has come from the what would you call it, the foam that's wrapped around the back of the woofers, and that is to stop this wool getting onto the cone. Terrible, it just all disintegrates, you see that all the time. This is their port, crap flies in and out of that, not good. This is probably the better cabinet, if you want to call it that. I mean, all the corners are knocked, the veneer's scratched, the cabinet's opening up here. The bottom veneer breaking away. Yeah, nothing good about that. So here is the other one. The top is absolutely knackered. The bottom is missing. I think it is actually in the cardboard box, but yeah, you're not going to glue that back. Veneer's all scratched up, opening up. It's swollen there with moisture. Nice big corner knock there, so yeah, you're not going to do anything with these. I'm probably going to have a barbecue later, so maybe they'll end up on that. Right, so let's look at the cabinets that Sami found on good old eBay. Right. So these are the cabinets that Sami got hold of. They're a later cabinet. So they have just a black back. The earlier cabinets had kind of a veneered panel which was inset a little bit. Let's take the covers off. So these don't have any drivers in them, but they do have the crossovers. So we have a reasonable pair of cabinets. So we're missing little bits of veneer in the corner, and the cabinet, you can see the white around here. That's where the glue is breaking away. So that back panel is loose, so they need gluing. Corner knock. So I think they'll sand up okay. Got a bit of a swollen bit down the bottom there. But once I sand them, I'll glue them first, then sand them, then fill them. Paint the backs black, so hopefully we'll end up with two good cabinets. This one is a bit worse. We've got a really nasty corner knock there. Whether this has happened in shipping, I don't think it has. That looks like it's got a bit of age to it. Again, the back panel is completely breaking away. We've got a section there where the corner and top are opening up. But yeah, we can do something with those. The little aluminium angle piece there is just tacked on. I always replace these with screws because you wiggle this and the nails come out. So I think we've got two reasonable cabinets that we can repair. From my knackered pair, we have two good HF1300 tweeters. I am going to test those fully on DATs. A pair of Coles super tweeters, again I'll test those. I have others here if not. I will probably test those with others to make sure I get a really good matched pair. Crossovers, well, we've got a set in here and a set in mine. They're going to get rebuilt with Solon capacitors, and the 1 millihenry iron core inductor on the woofer circuit will get replaced with an air core. And this terrible wiring they use, push fit connections, that'll all get changed as well. But we still don't have a pair of woofers, or do we? So as I said, I have one woofer which is good, although the chassis got a lot of corrosion on it, but that will come off. But this is, I've tested this is fine. I've got the earlier woofer which cosmetically is good. The suspension is a bit hard, although it does feel quite elastic, but this has some voice coil rub, so we can't use this, and they're mismatched anyway. Sonically they're a little bit different, especially in the bass. So, watching one of my other videos, Sami started a hunt for a pair of DM11s because they use the same Bextrine woofer, and he found a pair. And here they are. The cabinets on these aren't veneered, they're vinyl. They're chipboard wrapped in vinyl. I've got a couple of DM4 videos on my channel. I didn't want to flood it with another video on a pair of DM4s, but I thought this might be worth a video, and I did the same. I bought a pair of DM11s, I'm sure they're DM11s, yes, and used the woofers from these to put in my DM4s. I then later went on to use these cabinets as the first prototype of my HA36. I can't remember what happened to those cabinets. I know the drivers came out when I started building my own cabinet, so I don't know. Anyway, Sami found these on eBay, and I think the seller of these led Sami a bit of a merry song and dance, really. And Sami, I think he actually got them for a reasonable amount of money, considering really we've only bought these for the woofers. I think he did okay, because the pair of these woofers, they're quite rare and they do go for quite good money. These tweeters use ferrofluid. I've seen a number of these, I've repaired a number of them, and they're just junk. And I think one of them isn't working. Apparently the woofers are fine in these, but I can tell you now, and I'm really sad to report this, that one of them isn't. So this one feels lovely, really does. This one, stiff and as scratchy as anything. So I think that is probably full of corrosion, which is something you see quite a lot on these. They have a tendency for the motor, the magnet, to shift and slightly catch the bobbin. But yeah, we'll know more when we take it apart. We have another one of these woofers which I can recondition, and I wasn't going to get rid of my black one until I knew these two are okay, but that one doesn't seem to be. So I think what we really want to do now is just fish out all these drivers and check them all out. That's a lot of dead speakers. Right, let's take the scratchy woofer out of this. I know what I'm going to see. Yeah. Right, that's going to be corrosion. The more I move it, the clearer it seems to get. But if that is corrosion, the bits of corroded aluminium, they've gone somewhere. I can cut the dust cap out and try and clean it out, but I think I'll just use my other woofer. So I'll take the tweeter out while we're here. Corrosion everywhere. Honestly, it's a minefield buying speakers off eBay. You can never trust what people say. I mean, the cabinets are nice. We have been talking about doing something with these cabinets. I mean, the smart money would say keep the woofer in here, introduce the HF1300 and the Coles Super Tweeter into these, but they won't be as nice as the DM4s when they're done. Box volume wise, they're probably about the same. So yeah, Yeah, that one's fine. To T26 tweeters. Yes, the chair still creaks, get over it. Right, let's do some quick testing on these two woofers. So this is the one out of Sami's DM11s. That's the one out of my DM4s. Yep, nice. Okay. So I have previously tested this one. So I have the impedance curve here, very minimal ripples in it. Yeah. Identical. So happy that these two match. Right, let's have a look at the HF1300s. If these aren't working well, I have many of these, so it's not the end of the world. Let's have a look. Should be a peak there, yep. sounds nice and clean as well. Probably can't see that. It's improved. Yeah, sometimes they just need a bit of exercising. I think that's pretty good. Okay, our Coles super tweeters. Yeah, that one's dead. That one isn't. I have a number of these as well, so we're all right. Okay, 5 out of 6 isn't bad. See you in part 2.